talk some special teams on NE10 Now, the podcast this week. Head over to Worcester and check in with Assumption Football. Shakir McPherson is our guest. He has scored a touchdown each of the last 2 weeks on special teams. We'll talk about both of those plays. Shaq, thanks for taking the time and congrats on the success the last few games.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me about the two plays. That's now 2 weeks in a row that you have taken a blocked or missed field goal all the way to the house. That doesn't happen a lot, let alone in consecutive weeks.
Yeah, Jerron blocks the field goal. The ball goes up, and I'm doing my job, and it's right there for me. I just pick it up and start running.
What do you think? Let's go back to the first one. Like, what do you see? Take me through those moments after the kick gets blocked and you realize, oh, there's a play to be made here.
Yes, sir. So pre-snap, we're all talking about it. We're telling each other it's do or die right here. So we know we got to block the field goal. We block the field goal. Everybody's doing their job, and the ball's in front of me. So I just pick it up and start running, and everybody's blocking for me, and off to the races.
What did you think this past week against Bentley when it happened again?
I said the same exact thing before the play. It's do or die here. We block it, and it's the same thing. I see the ball is in the air, so I go get it. And my guys we're straining down the field. Everybody's making good blocks, key blocks, unselfish football.
When you say it's do or die here, I feel like a lot of times people take special teams for granted a little bit and they just kind of think it's a formality and it's a field goal and he's going to have a chance to kick it, make, miss, what have you. Um, but walk me through your mindset as a guy who's trying to come up with a block or who's trying to make a stop defensively in those situations. How do you guys attack a field goal block unit?
So throughout the week, our special teams coaches and we take it very seriously. We say it changes the game. So it does change the game. Special team changes the game for sure.
Were those your first two collegiate touchdowns?
No, I had one last year against AIC, blocked field goal again.
So you've got three blocked field goal touchdowns in your career.
Yes.
Uh, Has like anybody approached you about like writing a book about the secrets? Like what's the deal? Why are you always in the right place at the right time?
You do your job and the football just magically just gets thrown to you or it's just on the ground.
Talk me about your journey a little bit here as well. It's your second year at Assumption, is that right?
Yes.
You're from the East Coast originally, but I know you went out west. You played Division II in the Rocky Mountain Conference. You spent some time at community college as well down in Nassau. Walk me through your journey a little bit about where your college path has taken you that's led eventually to Assumption.
So I started off at Black Hills State University. After high school, I graduated from IMG Academy in Florida. So I went there, and from coming from New York, South Dakota is a little different. So adjusting for me was really hard. So I kind of took some steps back to reflect, and I went back home, went the JUCO route, and I ended up at Assumption.
Why was Assumption the right fit the second time around?
For me, it was the coaching staff. Honestly, Coach Woody, the defensive coordinator, he's a great coach, and he teaches us how to be men first before football players. And I think that really hit home for me and made me come to Assumption.
Even before college, you mentioned you went to IMG Academy, which is very well known in the recruiting ranks and the high school football ranks. Uh, why go down to IMG, and what did you get out of that kind of elite high school experience?
I wanted to prepare for college ball at an early age, but it did prepare me. We were dorming there, and it was eat sleep football school. Like it wasn't really much time for anything else. So it prepared me for college ball, and the competition level was really good as well. So I was able to better myself as a player mentally, physically.
Who'd you play with at IMG?
I played with DJ Turner, Nolan Smith, Noah Kane, Trey Sanders, couple guys that's in the NFL right now.
What are you thinking when you're a young football player and you just show up at IMG and you're walking around with these NFL guys? How did that make you better?
Um, I was ready for I in my head I'm the same. I bleed just like they bleed, and I'm ready to get better.
Did you guys play on national TV when you were down there too?
Yeah.
What did friends and family back home in New York think when they turned on ESPN and saw you playing in high school?
They were proud of me. I got a lot of messages from my family. My family always supported me though. Since a little kid, they will all come to all of my games, and it was never anything different when I went to IMG. They watched the games. They came. They flew out to some of my games as well. So it was the same support system that I have now. They're still coming to the games and they're still showing up for me, and I really appreciate that.
Who's been the most influential person for you in your football career?
I'm gonna say it's my mom. To be honest. She's done things for me and sacrificed so much for me to even get to where I needed to be in football and get my name out there. So it's my mom. She's the reason why I took the path I went and I bet on myself to get here.
Why do you say that? Why was she the reason?
Because I've seen her get through many things in life coming up young. She had me at a young age. So I seen her really, go through her 20s, with a kid and grind through it and get to where she's at now.
What's next for you? Your last year at Assumption, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you graduate?
I want to own a business. So I have a clothing brand right now called Bible Clothing. I'm wearing it right now. And I want to take that serious. And maybe if football is in the plans for me, I'll definitely play football anywhere if
What
I
do you
could.
like about clothing and fashion?
Being from New York, that's the mecca of fashion. So I always grew up into fashion, and the culture is really big out there. So I always walk past guys, or when I'm going shopping, I'm seeing guys, clothing brand owners or designers and stuff like that, and I'm really into it.
What's your like perfect branch off? Like what area of that field do you want to get into? Where do you think you can excel?
Um, streetwear, streetwear. That's where it's at right now. Streetwear.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to design my own clothes. I want to wear my own clothes, and I want to put it on the right people.
How do you learn to design your own stuff?
Just being creative. Like when I was a kid, I used to go on like this website and just make t-shirts. Like I would never get them in person, but I would just make them and just play around with different logos and stuff, and it'll come out. Sometimes it'll come out a little crazy, but now I make calm, simple logos and people like it. My teammates wear it, and it's pretty cool, especially playing around with different fabrics and stuff. I just started it last year, so I'm still getting a little feel for it.
That's awesome. Shakir McPherson, best of luck with that. Best of luck with
Thank you.
the rest of the season. And if you can get another one of these field goal blocks into a touchdown, they might build a statue of you in special teams rooms all over the country. But it's been a great 2 weeks, so congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.